Okay, hi you guys. How are you? I am so glad that we are here. We just met the other day. I'm picking up from where we left off, but this new moon in Capricorn is so profound. This is offering up so many profound... Whoops. 90 seconds. Okay, that's muted. Sorry about that. Okay, is my timer, am I silenced everywhere? Okay, so anyway, this new moon Capricorn, this is going to be a profound year of change. We got kind of a preview of it over last summer, and I really liked how that was operating for our nation and we the people and democracy. It really felt like it put a check on Don Julio. And so we had this new moon a couple hours ago. The moon is still void, of course. It's going to ingress to Aquarius here in about another minute or two. But let me say hello to you, and I will explain what we're doing here. You're going to want paper, pencil, or whatever writing device that you might have, because the objective here is that we collectively work this new moon energy together so we can direct a course, chart a path, and stay on that path. And because we're co-creating, we're amplifying that. So this is going to be really good. It's very powerful. I don't know if you can feel the surge of this new moon Capricorn, like something has definitely shifted in the air. It is very serious, and it's got the resources to get shit done. Okay, so let me say hello to you guys. Where did we go? Okay, here we go. Saying hello to, where are you guys? Where are you? Hello, Just Joy. You are ready to go. Hello, fellow forest dwellers. Super Sean's mom's ready to go. And hello, Caroline Wade. Hi, everyone. It is great to be back in our safe, loving space. Yes, quiet like the forest, in our forest with one another, everywhere. That is a space where you can go to, even if you're outdoors and you touch a tree. That is the energy that we tap into, our safety, our shelter, our wisdom, how we root deep within the earth, and how we work with one another. It is also quiet like the forest, comes from that phrase by SunTZU and his book, The Art of War, and how to deal with your strategies in a war. And we are definitely in a war, but it's like no one alerted us. This has been ongoing for a while. Okay, yes, Just Joy, I hope that you are well too. Hi, Amy, longtime Queen fan, awesome. Hi, Critic Pros, loves Lime Sherbet. Hi, Moon Child. Who else do we have? And I'm Afraid Not. And yes, I'm afraid not. This is the last new moon before eclipse season. Eclipse season starts February 17th, I believe. And by then, we will have had Neptune go into Aries in about a week. On the 14th, there's another big shift. Is that Saturn already going into Aries? Oh my. So even between now and our new moon in Aquarius, this is going to keep us on our path and work with our trajectory. Okay, do you guys feel that? Do you feel that? I could feel that moon shift. The energy's kind of shifted into Aquarius. Wow, that is interesting. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? Who else? Hi, Teresa. Woot woot. Yes. Hi, Glenn Johnson, New York City. Hello. You guys are playing a football game. We play at 5:30. Hi, Carrie, Linda, DCP, and Beverly, Gabarelek, and Barbara. Aloha from chilly Honolulu. 72 feels chilly here. Yeah, it does. You guys have that Sony Open going on there in Honolulu. Fun fact, my dad made the cut for that senior tour a couple years before he passed. And so that was a great celebration. I love having Golf Channel on this time of year. Usually it's the only time, because I love seeing the scenery from beautiful Hawaii in whatever room I'm in. Okay, so welcome, and thank you for all your support and love, and thank you for your wonderful donations. So this is the new moon Capricorn. What happens at the new moon? Well, it's when, we look in the sky, you can't see the moon anymore because the moon is in front of the sun. It is conjunct the sun, and we will see the moon in a couple nights here. Like just as the sun sets, you might see that moon peeking over the western horizon. Call that the fairy tale moon, because it holds all of our wishes, and it's almost like there's an anticipation of about what's to come. I love writing our new moon wishes together because every time that moon passes, especially that first week or so getting to that full moon, it's like I can feel everything that we've been working on. And here's the thing, if you're not able to do this new moon Capricorn with us, we've already set course and the energy stream. So you can easily pick up where we left off. And yes, your focus and energies will level up. It will help expand that as we go forward. So it's a really great cooperative collective effort. And so what happens? New moon Capricorn is when we plant new seeds. The farmers always knew that the best time to plant their most abundant crops was at the time of the new moon. And that is kind of like the cosmic reset of the month. We have the new moon intentions. If you think about your heart and your sun and your soul expression, conjunct the moon, your physical body, that's where we're at one, and we're charting course for where we're going forward. Now, Capricorn, this is the new moon in Capricorn. Even though there's only 2-3 days left in Capricorn season, this lunation lasts until our solar eclipse in February 17th. Capricorn is an isolated sign. Some people say that it's cold and aloof, and I think of it more as like Capricorn knows what the mission is, sun up to sundown, month to month, year to year, every moment of the day, and always knows what we're aspiring to. And so Capricorn has to stay close and near and dear to her own plans. If you think about the Devil card in the tarot, that is also a Capricorn card, because those are the deals you make with the devil. Are you going to go the distance and do the hard work? Or are you going to make a deal to bypass everything else, like a whole section of the cosmos, to get to where you want to go? And so that's why these things fall apart, because you don't have the right foundation to be built upon. Capricorn, rules foundations, structures, buildings, the establishment. In the physical body, it rules your bones, your joints, the knee especially. And so this is also a good time of the year to mineralize, take care of your body, get your calcium going, and committing to that goal. Capricorn is about the long-term goal. This is where you pace yourselves. You can't race to the finish line. If you think about your long life's work, that is very much a Saturnian thing. Saturn, she's getting ready to leave Pisces. And Saturn always rewards. She demands you put your nose to the grindstone and you get your work done. And if you don't do the work in the way it's supposed to be done, she's going to hold you there until you do it correctly. And so this is Saturn's last transit in Pisces for another 26, 27 years. She has been working so hard. So I fully expect as she goes into Aries, and now we have the rise of the spiritual warrior who is now very clear about what their aim is and where they're going to go in new frontiers and fight for. She will offer rewards to the individual, to the collective. Okay? I will tell you, Don Julio in a very bad position to start off this new moon, because you want to have your feet grounded. It's kind of like having a blank slate in Capricorn, because you're renewing your efforts for the year. This is why Capricorn is so resourceful. It's the person who's got the plan. It packs, it has all your resources for the road ahead. It knows exactly what you need. And in fact, this is like when Capricorn is ready for you to stand up and to contribute, Capricorn will call. Otherwise, you just have to keep working until you get the call. This is why bullshittery just doesn't really get a really good foundation the farther that you go and the higher that you aspire to. So Capricorn is about long range goals. It is very much about the individual. So when we're thinking about Capricorn new moon goals and dreams and wishes and intentions, as part of the general rule, your wishes, your intentions, your ideas for the future and the goals that you set ahead, they always come back to you. So if you are wanting a wish, a dream that is like outside of you, like you are trying to direct someone else, a different group of that sort that is kind of outside of you, it doesn't really work so much. And that's why the work has to come internally and your own internal goals. And so that is the bridge I'm going to try to weave here and get us ready as we go forward, because this month is pivotal. This year is important for change, and we want to have our footing, and we don't want to lose our balance. Again, think about the goat ascending the mountain. The goat has those little feet that can balance on any little crevice on the side of a mountain and never lose its balance. That's where we need to be with our center of gravity and having our footing. And if you're going to be fearful, fine, be fearful, but you better have your footing in a fearful state, okay? If you are shocked and afraid, fine. Get your footing. You always have to come back to your footing, okay? Because if you let yourself get washed up, it's going to take a while. You're going to be in the ditch somewhere else, and it's going to take longer to get to your center. It is really important to abide by your center of gravity, your footing as we go forward, okay? Okay, how are you guys doing? Hello, hi Shelby. Antoinette's getting more snow. We are too. Hi Teresa. Yay, Alexandra's here for a live. Capricorn, I'm afraid not. Capricorn moon starting out the 1 year means there is a whole lot we can be beginning and we can expect success. Yes. Paisley, what part does Capricorn rule? It rules primarily the knee, but think about all your bones and joints. Opposite Cancer, they both rely on certain calciums, because whereas Capricorn structures give form to the body, like we couldn't be here in our bodies without Capricorn. Cancer, on the other hand, the calcium it relies upon is that barrier, that structure, like that membrane that protects organs, okay? So even though they're opposite, they still work with calcium in stabilizing the body and protecting the organs. So I've got my collagen and my peptides. I am boosting my protein because I feel like I'm like protein deficient in some regard. But also this lunation, if you can't commit to it down the road, really try to have a really good routine with your vitamins, your calciums, because Capricorn likes to root deep and mineralize. So you want your minerals and your vitamins, and you need those enzymes for the minerals and the vitamins to do their job. Okay, so it's like bare bones, back to basics. This is not about frilly, floofy, pretty stuff sparkling out there. No, this is very much about going deep inside and getting yourself down to the marrow, where you are and where you're headed. That's okay, Stacy. You're fine. Okay, so what do we do here? I talk about new moon wishes. Well, here's the thing. When you write out your new moon wishes and intentions, it's almost like you slow time. You are sitting there as above, so below. What's in the cosmos manifests here on earth. You have your writing device, the hands ruled by Mercury, messages. And you're thinking, cosmos, about what it is that you're wanting to create and how you're going to do that. And it's almost like you are suspending time and getting really clear about that image coming to you, and you write it down. And that is all you have to do. You do not have to do anything else, okay? And you do not keep tabs on your wishes to make sure they're manifesting, because they go at different speeds. I was working on my new moon wishes for a good 8 to 10 years before I found my house. And it exceeds every single thing I had ever wished about it, okay? So, as we get to the full moon then, the full moon in 2 weeks is kind of like the revelation, the reveal, kind of like the climax as to where you are with your goals in this moment, and just kind of giving little whispers and hints on where we're going. So it involves writing, and that's why I ask you guys to get your writing utensils, paper, pencil, to write. So what I do is I, write out wishes here, and because I'm a Scorpio, we're full of desire, I often use the phrase, I want this, I want that. Taurines probably are about, I have this, I have that, because they possess and they have these things, okay? So use whatever language you prefer. Contribute your ideas in the chat. I don't always get to all of them, but I like your ideas, and you guys will probably pick up on each other's ideas, okay? Now, before we start, I love this work from Brent Atwater. She just has a simple prayer that you say about protection. It goes, I surround myself in a seamless mirror cocoon to protect myself now, forevermore, and always, so be it, it is done. This is a nice structure we're going to want to have going forward. So it is, I surround myself in a seamless mirror cocoon to protect myself now, forevermore, and always. So be it, and it is done. Okay? Boy, wow. You guys, I could totally feel all your energies kind of like, whoop. It's almost like you're invisible, but you guys totally, wow, that is amazing. I don't know. Can you guys feel that? Yes, I'm afraid not. Be sure to get enough vitamin D. Yes, your calcium needs vitamin D3 for absorption. I think vitamin K2 also helps with that languishing calcium in your body to get it to go to your bones. I'm not a doctor. I do not know. I'm not trained or certified in these things. But and being the dark season of the year, you always want to make sure you have vitamin D3. That vitamin D is ruled by the sun. It's a Leo vitamin. And, when you're deficient on those things, you want to give yourself a boost. Okay. I'm just going to write a couple more here because I know kind of where we just want to get these out there. I want to be ready and prepared for eclipse season. I want to welcome Neptune, Saturn, and Neptune, Aries, and Saturn, Aries with ease. I want to stay focused on my goals first and foremost and daily. You know, to have that added to the structure of your routine. Capricorn rules structure. So if you're talking about a daily routine, having like a sense of a daily organization, your routine of self-care, this is the time to do it. If you have a fitness routine, like I'm going to, you know, do this or do that to lose weight or gain muscle, you also want to have the space built into your day. So it's connected to that, okay? That is that. Okay, so I got a head start, you guys, on what I thought was important to touch upon. Yes, we will get to all that tyranny stuff, but we have to get on our own page first before we can move in that direction with the world. You really want to be solid in your goals and your structure, not have that interior structure overrun. Okay? So here we go. If you can read this, I have this page, I have this page, these two boards I want to get through. And these were kind of notes that I was taking. Yes, this is the last new moon. The new moon solar eclipse is February 17th. It is at 28 degrees Aquarius. Ooh. Okay, these are notes to myself. So, with this new moon Capricorn, what's going to happen? All the planets are involved. It is really, really amazing that we've got these stelliums kind of anchoring everything. And it's like nobody is really left out there. They're all active. And the thing is, because they're all active and they're close together, remember last time I was talking about this Venus-Mars transit and how it just really unifies the people and we are locked on together? It's kind of like all the planets get to do that. The wild card is Jupiter opposite the stellium, but it is retrograde, so it's going to take more inward looking and inward caring, okay? But everything is aspecting one another. So it's like they look at each other and in the eye. And I was going to say, we want to release the fear that's in between. Okay, here, I need a bigger space, bigger writing space. How would Virgo do that with analyze with intentions? I guess I would start with I'm organized, I organize this, I assimilate this. I analyze this. But use it for however it works for you, okay? Because you can still work with these words. Just, I know some people really kind of have a hard time with that terminology. And that's fine. It matters, but it doesn't, okay? So, what do I have here? I have... How about we do this? I want to look myself in the eye, and release all the fears that I see within as I gaze upon myself. And as such, I want to communicate and be with my fellow citizens, community, my nation, my nation's democracy, without fear, and able to look everyone in the eye without fear and with a full heart. Okay? We got to end that division and isolation. Okay, what do I have here? I want to look myself in the eye and release all the fears that I see within as I gaze upon myself. And as such, I want to communicate and be with my fellow citizens, community, my nation's democracy without fear and able to look everyone in the eye without fear or failure and with a full heart. Wow. That just leapt out at me. I don't even know what I was listening to, but I was scrambling and looking for a whiteboard. I'm like, I gotta write this down. This one's so good. Okay. Next one I have here. What do I say? Liberation. I liberate myself from the morass. Encompass and take a pass on all that suppresses me. I'm liberated and free. I want to embrace my inner freedom and liberation in a way that makes my descendants and future American offspring and NATO and everyone else proud of what we did, who we are. Fearless. Okay? So, I liberate myself from the morass and take a pass and all that suppresses me. I mean, can you feel that work that has to be done inside before you step out? So this is good. We do this during the winter season. Focus on the self. I'm liberated and free. I want to embrace my inner freedom and liberation in a way that makes my descendants and future U.S. offspring and USA citizens proud of what we did, who we are, and we're fearless. Okay? How are you guys doing? Caroline, I want all oppressors across the world who are fighting for freedom and their rights to be safe and successful. Yes, and put them in that, what is it? I surround myself and I surround those protesters I gaze upon in a seamless mirror cocoon. Protect myself, protect the protesters now forevermore, and always so be it, and it is done. There. You guys feeling it? Are you feeling this at all? I love that the moon is in Aquarius because it's a humanitarian sign. So Saturn takes on a new flavor, a new vibe in Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. The USA moon. Oh, you guys. We need to do something here. The USA moon is 27 degrees Aquarius. Oh, holy crap, you guys. Okay. USA moon. This is the people. The people. Aquarius is a humanitarian sign. It's a sign about science. It's a visionary. It's a rebel. It's a pressure reliever from suppression. It is a liberator. So it represents the people. This is USA, and it's represented by Saturn. Saturn in the USA chart is at 14 Libra at the top of our chart. That's why we're supposedly known for the scales of justice. Saturn is exalted in Libra. It does really well here. In the USA chart, though, it is intercepted, meaning it can't get out of this space to talk with others. And when things come to change laws and be ruling, it takes a long time for things to get done. But here's the thing. Putin's sun is 14 Libra, and that is why those who are in cahoots with the Russia, it seems like he's got a death grip on our rules, our Constitution. And so just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, when we, on the 17th, have this new moon solar eclipse at 28 degrees Venus, or 28 degrees Aquarius, that is 1 degree behind the moon of the U.S. chart. So it's like the sun and moon, the moon has crossed us. It has passed. But the next moment, it is 28 degrees Aquarius. And at the Saturn Pluto conjunction, the Great Reset of 2020 that changed world power, government structures, you notice everything's been going far right. Well, when that happened, that was at Venus 28 degrees Aquarius. And I always thought that was interesting. Like, why is the money and the assets and the value behind our back? Like it's still on the same side. We're really, it's really close to our moon. We sense the people around us, but it's almost like I don't want to say a talking behind the back, but I felt like money being moved past us. And we're seeing that like with our taxes. We're seeing that in what's happening to people and which people are valued and who are not valued. So it's like we are going to have the benefit with this new moon solar eclipse that we the people are stable here, but this talking back behind our back and doing stuff with money and treating people badly, those values, that's going to get a new charge in how that is handled. So someone has to remember that we're going to talk about this at the new moon solar eclipse next month. Okay. I want to remember this 28 degrees Aquarius Venus, okay? What am I going to say about this? As an American, I'm united with all of us in the spirit of union and democracy and the cosmic instinct. It's in our DNA, you guys, to overthrow a king, tyrant. And so it is. That is in our cosmic DNA. This is the promise of our history that we're going to be successful. That, it's really incredible, the Revolutionary War, and how that war, it was actually sparked. How many countries? I want to say there were 15 to 20 countries that like this sparked elsewhere around the globe. It was the only time I think there was a war fought for a vision, a value, and it was inspired and spread around to other continents. So we got that going for us and all our friends. Okay. Antoinette, I feel it's easier to breathe. That is awesome because Saturn in an air sign, that's, of course, breathing. Air signs, respiration, circulation. Barbara, I free myself from anger and sadness over everything happening and instead focus on the vision of the country I want, restoration of democracy and well-being for all. And so for you, it's like you want to find your footing. You're liberated from anger and sadness. And instead, you find your center And you're going to pace yourself as you go through this journey of seeing eye to eye with others, the shared vision that you want, and experiencing democracy and these values wherever you go, and having success, because Capricorn is the sign of success. It's your most public self. So if your public self is going to be contributing to the greater good, and that anger and sadness has to be released and replaced, okay? Because you don't, yes, this is our collective pain, but we don't want to stay here. You're going to have to figure out how to work through that, because your vibe and energy that you put out there, someone's going to get a whiff of it and be like, oh, okay, I can do this. This seems, manageable. I'm able to do this, okay? And so it is, yes. Remember you're 17, yes. I'm afraid not. The 28th degree of Aquarius signifies a point of intense transformation nearing the end of the sign, often called the anaretic degree, bringing a sense of karmic urgency. And that is very much going to be alive and well, because by that time, we will have had planets exit from the 28th, 29th degree and are in their fresh new start. It is just going to be reflexively natural to make it a turning point like that. Okay. There's that. My throat is kind of... Can we talk about this chart for a little bit? I just wanted to show some things to you guys that kind of stood out to me. What time is it? Okay. Kickoff is in about 40 minutes. Okay. It is a really fun vibe here in Chicago. We might be rivals. I am not trying to pick on that. I'm just merely saying this vibe here, what it has done, the joy and pandemonium of the past week has been really, really special. It has lifted people up, and it has united people in crazy ways, funny and fun-spirited ways that I feel like I have not seen for a long time, because of the political weather we're in. So I don't know if that continues after tonight, but man, it has been fun. And just another side note, our quarterback, Caleb Williams, he paints his nails. And so sometimes he'll have his nails painted different colors or with like different symbols on it. Well, it's because when he was growing up, his mom was a manicurist. And so he was always around nail polish and getting nails done and being in the salon with other people. So it's very much a part of his life. And he says he honors his mom wearing, the nail polish. Like I think he was at USC. He had F Utah across his nails. But it's for messages. So what's happening here, there's a trend that's starting where you've got young men or young guys who have felt kind of isolated, in general, I'm speaking for that group, who they are spontaneously making appointments at the local salons for a mani-pedi, wearing their team's jersey and getting their fingers painted in the colors of the team. And they walk with so much swag. It's amazing. And this young male generation that this administration likes to target and radicalize, what do you say to that? We've got guys painting their nails, and I love it so much. And yes, I'm totally on the bandwagon, because I would say the past decade or so, I just wrote out speaking to my husband on Sundays, and I was like, I'm done with this. I'll jump back on when it's time. Like Capricorn. Capricorn sends me the message. It's time. New England and Houston in a snow game so far. Yeah, it has started snowing here about an hour ago. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I love that he paints his nails. Okay. Boy, I'm kind of behind. You know what? I am going to to read these just to make sure I've covered these. If you guys want to come back to them, come back to them. But there's a lot of stuff here. So I am just going to try to read these things. And I just feel like I'm going to grab a deck of cards. No. So this is going to clarify the what as all of you guys it applies to. You'll see what I mean because I love my astrology cards. Ooh, there's the sun. Remember, pace yourself. This is not a race. We're not going to see the end result for a while. Don't see stuff that gets you upset. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a bad week, whatever. But pace yourself. Stay the course. Don't give up. Okay. So what you're doing, you're working slowly on me. Your own goals for your own good and for the wider social good. You satisfy your own good and need of society. So thinking about incorporating your goals to society. Uranus, genius. Okay, so this means I want to look for the opportunity of just that genius insight that flashes to me and gives me that spark that I'm going to seize on it. And I'm going to be ready for things that go suddenly crossways or something around me just suddenly takes me off guard. I'm going to stay centered and still on my goals. Okay, so the objectives are for the long range effort. What to change about yourself and your world and get to work on this. Okay. Okay, so this USA new, the USA, the impulse for her comes from her center, her core, and how to assert anew. It also applies to people who represent us because our government is for the people. So it's rethinking and wishing and tending that our representatives listen to us, get on the same page as us, and working government at our behest. Oh, we want Artemis to be successful going to the moon. So what is this? Working with our representatives. Sagittarius. So seeing the big picture, seeing the big laws, seeing the big ideas, and seeing what's going on overseas. Reminding them in that regard where we can really align with them, okay? You guys got this? Embracing the feminine. Yes! Holding the president VP has made it okay for men to wear makeup. What is the name of this deck? It is the Black Moon Astrology Cards Guidebook by Susan Shepard. Power return to all the people. Yes. Okay, so this page. So I wrote in red here, thinking about this Saturn Pluto conjunction where we had the great reset for world power, government structure, because all that stuff just seems to be really gaining momentum and raining down. Yes, we are having this year of massive change, and we want this stuff to fall in line as however it falls out. So here, for the United States, for her people and even leaders to find her voice despite unpleasantries, to smooth over ruffled feelings wherever we go. Okay, we need a lot of that. So I want to be able to find my voice here with my nation and others to smooth things over. This divide and hate structure has to end. We need to smooth these edges over. I want our divisions smoothed over. Heal ruffled feelings everywhere. I know, Coco, just a minute. I gotta open the door for my dog. I know, I bet you're hungry. Hi, dog. Hi, Coco. Hi, how are you? Hi, did you guys go running outside? You're like all wet with snow. Okay. Oh, here's this one. about the Saturn Pluto. This is all about ending self-indulgence, because they're very self-indulgent to the expense of others. Capricorn is not a flashy sign. It is about our roots, our bare bones, our essence. So I want this culture of self-indulgence to end, and at the expense of others, and to do the right work for the whole. So for you, that's kind of doing the right work for yourself. And so that can emanate to your community and others. The self-indulgence junk needs to go. Okay, what does this say? I want to end excessive waste in government and having that go to serving the people. So I don't even know where to go with it. I'm not even going to write it because that gets me so jumbled. That's what I have to work on personally. I want more self-discipline with our governance, the people who are in office, and to use that self-discipline to commit to the people. So as a citizen, I want to recognize my government as being self-disciplined and working at its highest good for the people and our allies and friends. Okay. Where in the world did I get this stuff? Okay. Back to my government. My government must subordinate desire for amusement to the needs of the present for the people. We covered that. I want my representatives to confront difficulties that they haven't confronted earlier. I want my representatives to be able to discuss conflicts openly and to open up government functioning daily for the people. Long term, I want them to see favor in one another working together. So personally, I want to see myself working in a favorable manner with others and agreeing to go forth working together. We've got to get rid of this division, you guys. Oh, now we are switching gears here to the EP stuff. Let's put all those victims. I want for the victims. I want to surround myself, and I want to see all the EPC victims surrounded in a seamless mirror cocoon to protect myself, themselves, now forevermore, and always so be it, and it is done. Okay, you guys memorize that mantra. Say it every day. How are you guys doing? The Broncos are going to play the Pats next week. I'm afraid. Yeah. Okay, did that guy break his ankle? Is that your quarterback? That was shocking. Oh, I love that. Iris, my grandson polishes his nails black because of Taekwondo or one of the many martial arts he's in. I love that, and I love the discipline of the martial arts and using your inner power. I mean, wow. Oh, we'll get through this and then I'll do the chart. It is done. Okay. So, these notes I have. I want to have ongoing continuous dialogue, ongoing interchange and exchange of correct communications and evidence regarding EPSI and it all works for the people. I want to see everyone and myself receptive to what's happening. I know a lot of people knee-jerk reaction, cannot handle what's going on. Would like to, wherever you are in that continuum, you want to see yourself opening up to seeing it and being receptive to it, not pushing it away, but not internalizing all that fear and pain, but just being in this space of receptivity to see the big picture of what's going on. And as I am receptive to that, I can yield to a longer plan for the people and the truth. So what was it there? So I want to have open, clear eyes of the events with EPS and global, because it is just really egregious. And in a manner, I protect my soul, spirit, maintain my center of gravity and footing, and can be able to see and forge a path forward for all, one step at a time. I want to be part of the long-term goal and success. And as such, naturally, I just want everything to fall away related to the division, the threats, the lies, the bribes, to this. I want there to be able to be direct, stable, visible inquiries. We need stability, longevity, and clarity with all of these. Yes, Kelly, everyone deserves to have painted nails if they so desire. Myself, I can't stand that stuff on my nails. Whenever I'd have to put on like fake nails for, get my nails done for a big event, I'm always that person who's tearing that stuff and just biting and getting that stuff off my hands. So it was so funny. I was talking to my son and we were talking about this. He's like, yeah, one of my friends, his girlfriend, she has that nail paint. I'm like, oh, she has what? And I'm like, you mean nail polish? He's like, yeah. I couldn't remember what it was called, but all I could think about was paint. I just thought that was so hilarious. Because he was actually worried because our team was doing so well. At the beginning, like, nobody could understand what's going on because this just didn't happen to us. He's like, I told my friends, if they win, I'm painting my nails for a year. And just a couple weeks ago, there was kind of this reality that came across him like, oh no, what did I do? And so now we're seeing everyone catch up. It's so funny. Okay, we covered that. Okay, good. Good. Where are we on time? Okay, how are you guys doing? Yes, J. Jane. I want the U.S. to have our democracy and peacefulness. Can you imagine the peace of mind that every morning you're waking up like, not like, oh, what the heck else did he do? But you're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing today? What are our world leaders today? What are the possibilities? And just having this be in the rear view mirror, don't care, don't know how, going forth. And they just melt away forever. I mean, just to be able to go through your day with that lightheartedness and looking for what's possible in a day and seeing your neighbors and everybody that you come across with, everybody's eyes are clear. People are smiling. People look like they want to engage and say hello. Their eyes stay connected. Their gazes are not averted. But it's more like, look at this whole brand new whole world. And it just feels so good to be past that. And we can tell we're moving in the right direction. We know the work that has to be done. And we're committed to that. It's just as natural as breathing. I mean, wow. Can you imagine? I just went right there. I love it. I'm afraid I don't want to shit. Yes, Kelly, that clown has stolen the last decade of my life and I'm exhausted. That's why the day he won, I cried that day. I punched my wall in there. Yes, there's a dent. And I'm leaving it there until he's gone. Because that is a reminder to me. The promise I made to myself that day was my joy and happiness. And not another wrinkle, because we've been there, done that, and I can't feel bad enough or awful enough or angry enough to get him removed. It doesn't work that way. So you have to be so committed to extraordinary self-care, self-discipline, and self-joy. Okay? I know I might sound crazy here and there, but I am telling you, I am hanging on to my joy no matter what. Nobody can take that away. The restoration of the heart of our humanity. Yeah, you know what? It is just a very small percentage. I mean, as we see these protests and how much they really are the minority, I mean, there is an even slimmer majority, I think, who thinks they're the majority that can do all this because, yes, they hold the powers of leverage. But that's going to go away. It's going to go away. Okay, so this is what I want to show you with this chart. This happened. This is so interesting. Remember this new moon in Capricorn. This is the last new moon before our new moon solar eclipse. It is our last new moon with Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. Like, this will not happen for another 150 years or something like that. It's going to be a long, long time. So talk about, we are really, 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 really cleaning things up here. It would be nice to figure out when the last Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Pisces was. Because that was a long, long time ago. To see how we handled it in the past. But this whole transit, we've been here before. People have weathered this storm before. And really, really great things have come out of it. We're always progressing. So we've got a lot of promise on our side. And on the eastern horizon and the western horizon, how we meet the world and relate to one another, it's at anaretic degrees. It's at 29 degrees Sag and Gemini endings. And every time I say I'm going to show you guys this, and that, one thing that has come up commonly at critical points the past year is this 29 degree mark, and also with putts. So it's just really interesting that we're in the last new moon Capricorn, ahead of our new moon solar eclipse, with the last time with Saturn, Neptune in Pisces. Saturn won't return for 27 years. In Pisces won't return for another 27 years. And Saturn always rewards. Saturn always gets the job done. And this year is a year of massive change. It's like we're here. It's like we're on the doorstep of things. At the top of the chart, we have the midheaven in DC. What we're aspiring to, look at this. It is 7 degrees Pisces. The North Node is 9 degrees Pisces. So the North Node in our trajectory, where we're going, is set for this time of change. And as this lunation goes on, because the nodes always move backwards, it is going to really come very close to conjunct this. So it's like the critical pieces are really coming to fruition in this next lunation. Now, I just thought this, where are my glasses? What do we have here? So looking at some of these asteroids, because they have beautiful flavor, beautiful themes that are added to this. This one, this is on, oh my gosh, you guys. This is 22 Scorpio. So the 6th house cusp. The 6th house, this area, you know, it's also bad fortune. But this also has to do with our legislators. It has to do, I always say, our military, because they're public service. This is your daily routine. These are your professionals that you consult with. But here, on the 6th house, I've used this asteroid for Don Julio and his shortcomings. At 23 degrees Scorpio, we have the asteroid Humpty Dumpty. It's literally fell off the wall, and none of the knights could put them together again. So what's this Humpty Dumpty as it relates to public service? Oh, the 10th house world. So it kind of says to me the goals that he's trying to assert upon the world is not having it, especially with our military and our public servants. He's not even going to get there, is what that tells me. We also have Dark Moon Lilith in this area, which means whatever he's trying to do with our military and public servants, Dark Moon Lilith, he is SOL and on his own. This is very isolating. It's close to the asteroid Trumper and Mad Hatter, his MAGA J6 type of people, the Trumpy stuff around the world. It's like 16 degrees Sagittarius, and that is his point of war. He shares this war point with China and Russia. And so it's just really interesting that, are the Mad Hatters going to stay there with him, or are they going to abandon him? Also, this is at 23 degrees Scorpio. So in Donald's chart, 24 degrees Taurus, that's the top of his chart. If we're talking about Capricorn, Capricorn is your highest achievement, your public self. Well, in his chart, this is the top of his chart. 24 degrees Taurus. We have got Humpty Dumpty. That is anchoring his chart, falling apart this lunation. Okay, so cards. Is it over here? How is he falling apart? How is he? Well, I guess we'll do this deck. Ooh, the Page of Cups. Those are Americans. I wonder if they're going to fall. So the top of his chart is 24 Taurus. He's got this Humpty Dumpty is now getting ready to whack the bottom of his chart. It is not retrograde. This is the Nine of Wands. Whatever he is trying to carry through, carry it to fulfillment. It's like it falls apart. It's like everyone holding one of those wands, those points of structure. Boom. It falls apart, crowning him as such. What are we going to see in the skies about that? The Two of Cups, the agreements he made to get where he is. Oh my gosh. I think these are all the points of conflicts he has that he's trying to suppress and hide. And all the agreements I am definitely getting a transnational nature of this. Holy bajolies. Okay. I like this one. This asteroid, I have to see how this is spelled. I had to buy another Rolodex for all my asteroids. Where is it? Madre. Oh no, did I not? It starts with Madre. Oh, apparently I need to write that down again. It is asteroid. I don't even have my asteroid number. It starts with Madre, and it stands for the moms, the mothers that were dealing with the tyrannical government that resisted the government and protected their sons, their families, and they had this super long protest, and they were successful. Okay, so it starts with Madre. This asteroid is at 28 degrees Leo. In Donald's chart, this is the thing that is building up and the mothers, it's kind of retrograde, so they're really kind of gaining steam. But this asteroid, it's like when it plops down and hits him on his ascendant, it's going to hit him hard, because right there also is asteroid America. It's like he's getting a punch in the face from American mothers. Show me Donald's rising sign related to this. All right, I know you're going to, I know. The mothers and America punching him in the face. Pop. What are these two cards? Oh my gosh, the Five of Cups. Okay, so the 5s and 3s. Holy crap, you guys. The 5s are always the middleman. There's an American. The 3 of Wands, the 5s and 3s are always the middleman with the people who are working on our end of our government, that are conspiring with the middleman, other government, for a different goal. So this says to me, his conspiracies to do whatever this 8 of Wands was, also falling apart. His rising sign, the Queen of Pentacles. I think the Queen of Pentacles is this nation of money, nation of bribes, nation of assets. It's like the new nation that he wants to create, you know, with his slush fund and all those tariffs. Jeez. But this protest building up in his blind spot, this is the 9 of Swords. He has no, it's like our nightmare dealing with all this crap is finding a way, look at that cage, for freedom reversed and escaping this nightmare. It's like the mothers are coming together. Here's America, pow, punch you in the face. Oh boy. Okay, so this is a 6. The 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands has been the transnational mob, his dictators he pals around with. But America punches him in the face with that crap. And the challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. Gosh, there's all this money. We don't like what you're doing with this money. So yeah, those are some things I wanted to show to you guys. So I am going to end it here, you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm glad that we got to meet. I see myself going live more frequently now the holidays are over. My house is empty. I just have to clean it. But definitely in a forward motion pace here. Thank you so much for coming out and your great ideas and for participating. And, you know, this is our collective creative work. It is good work. We need to take some credit here, okay? Credit due where credit absolutely has been earned. Bravo, you guys, okay? Have a good night. Paisley, 4390, Madre Teresa. That might be it. I'm afraid not. Just got playing in my brain that you need to ask Archangel Raphael to help Jordan too. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Estoy. Alexander, loved every minute. The energy was awesome. Excellent. You can always come back to this to refuel yourselves and build upon what we created. Just because this live is done doesn't mean you're done this entire lunation. Come back to it, okay? Okay, thank you. Super Sean's mom, Jane. Jane of the Redwoods. That is an awesome name. Okay, we'll see you later.